All right. Okay. So, um, starting this out, I want to just kind of go over what I have so far, uh, since this is the first time I've streamed doing this. So basically, the overall concept is a uh, tower defense game in the vein of uh, Poker Tower Defense, which is a Warcraft 3 custom map from back in the day. I've seen the game replicated uh, a few different times uh, by various people. Uh, None of those implementations I thought were very interesting or fun. So I kind of wanted to do my own take on it with roguelike elements, kind of a deeper level of gameplay that doesn't really exist currently. So I'm going to show you guys what I have so far. Ignore this. This is placeholder. I have a really simple interface for uh, dealing out the poker cards. I have some ways to modify the poker cards. So, like, we could change this 8 to clubs. Got a flush. And we build a tower which gains. Well, when we get to it, the tower will gain stats based on how good of a hand it is and what kind of cards are made up of the hand. I have a really simple gameplay loop here. Just kind of spawns enemies to shoot at, and then the towers shoot at them. Uh, Pair or enemy spawn. This is what I have. This took me a couple weeks of development before I kind of fell off with it. So I wanted to get into streaming to keep myself accountable. Um, yeah. So the idea behind the finish game would be you have upgrades for every type of tower you could make. These would be kind of supplied to you in like an auto battler style. You get one at the end of every level or some levels. Um, Upgrades would affect the tower stats, what kind of abilities they get. And over the course of the game, your towers would get stronger because of that. And also, mechanic I think would be very cool to have is suit powers. So that idea is whenever you build a hand, you play it. Let's say this is my hand. You'd get a certain number of charges or points for each card in each suit. Um, when you played enough of each card, you get a suit power upgrade that you can apply to one tower. This would change its damage type and give it a special ability that's unique to that suit. So on top of that, we'd have suits that you can unlock through play. You'd start with the 4 basic ones in every normal poker deck. You can unlock new ones that give you new powers. That gives you some replayability because you can play with different combinations and such. Um, you can kind of see I'm going for like a retro synthwave color palette. And I'm trying to at some point give it the feel of like a 70s or 80s digital casino. I think that would be really neat and eye catching. Um, so, oh, you guys can't see the you can't see the window. Hang on. Let's see. Bring it up again. Yeah. Okay. Cool. All right. So to go over what I just said again, real quick, we have this basic interface. It would lets you deal out poker hands. So in between every round, this shows up. You have these 3 buttons here. These give you little power ups you can use to manipulate the odds in your favor. These would recharge over rounds in some way. I haven't really decided yet the best way to do that. So for example, here we have a pair of 10s. So we redeal these 3 cards. Didn't get anything better, but we did get a jack. So here we could -1 it, make it a 10, and then we have a 3 of a kind. And then whatever hand you get, you can build it. And the tower would be stronger based on the type of hand you've built, based on how hard it is to build that hand. I've got this gameplay loop, like I said before. Keep building towers, keep spawning enemies. None of this is really ruled by any numbers or anything right now, but that's something I want to work on getting implemented maybe today. And then yeah, the idea behind this interface, which I need to work on some more, would be you get upgrades. The upgrades are applied to all towers of the same type, which I didn't mention before, would probably let you specialize your towers. So you could have a tower that you could pick one suit, make that like your high attack speed, low damage, but like applies status effects tower. You could have one that's like slow speed and does splash. So you kind of combine the upgrades to make interesting combos, add to replayability. There's the suit powers, like I mentioned before. So like this hand would give you 2 charges for diamonds, 2 charges for clubs, a charge for hearts. You get enough charges for your specific suit. You can pick a tower. You can upgrade it, which would give you. It would change the damage type of the tower and give it a new like unique power, depending on the suit. And then you add more suits than the 4 basic ones, which blah, 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 blah. You guys get what I mean. Adds to replayability. You get different combos of suits work together. Um, And the different damage types encourages you to diversify, but you could, if you wanted, pick 4 suits that all deal blue damage, which I think would be ice damage. So that's the idea. This loop isn't really anything, it just kind of goes forever. Yeah, some really basic assets. Again, I want to go for like a synthwave kind of aesthetic with a like 80s, 90s, 70s, 80s, 90s digital casino feel. Yeah. Game looks kind of ass right now, but I do like how the general like color palette and look goes. So the question is what do we want to work on today? So yeah, I have, other than what I've kind of showed you, I don't really have anything implemented. There's definitely a lot to be done, but that's what it takes. So yeah, so I think what I want to work on today is kind of getting towers into a spot where they actually kind of put their damage together the way I want them to, based on the cards that make up the hand and also their rank. And then I want to start working on putting together a framework for tower upgrades. I think those are probably the 2 most important things, at least in terms of coding, that I can do right now. I definitely want to wait longer, let my brain cook a little bit on graphical stuff. I'm not an artist. So, let's see. Okay. Get some music going. Right. Close all this. Alright. So tower. I have a, let's see, kind of a data resource class somewhere in here. Resources. Oh, yeah. Tower data. So let's see. Tower constants. So I guess I did already have this implemented. It's been a while since I've looked at this code. Sorry, this music is a bit loud on my end. I can barely hear myself talk. I'll have to check the VODs later to see how the sound is. Unless someone shows up. Okay. Yeah, so we have our hand multipliers. This kind of gives you a pretty linear scale of how they increase. Actually did the math on this. I can see if I can bring it up. Let's see. Give me a moment. I'm going to take a screenshot. Drop it into the scene. Image. Pictures. This one. Okay. So I don't know how well you guys can see this. Let's see. Bigger. Oh, there we go. So you can kind of see. Wait. Let's do it in a window so you guys can. I can see my mouse. Get rid of this. Window capture. Let's see. Let's do screen capture. You guys all be patient with me. I am not super proficient with OBS. Try not to box myself or anything. Let's see. Yeah, let's just do the image. Let's keep it simple for now. But figure out how to not be an idiot. Okay. So as you can see, there's no situation where the lowest card value of the previous hand is less than the highest card value of the previous hand. The lowest card value of one hand is less than the highest card value of the previous hand. So if you look here, a pair of twos is more damage than high card ace. It doesn't work out perfectly because there are some situations where you just can't build that kind of hand. Like you can't build a too high straight. Doesn't exist. Can't build a too high flush. But generally speaking, this math works. It could definitely use some. I'm sure it'll need adjusting, but for now, I like how this works just because it goes. You know, the scale isn't absurd like a 5 of a kind of aces is only about 9 times as strong as the high card twos, which I think is reasonable given how rare a 5 aces would be. Which in normal gameplay I think would only happen with modifying cards selectively, or if I implemented some kind of rule like deuces wild, which is something I'm thinking about for stretch goals and stuff. Yeah. So that's that. Hide that for now. Okay. So let's figure out how we want to do upgrades. I know we want to do some kind of visitor pattern thing. So let's make a new resource. What do you want to make it? Big new script. This will be called Tower Upgrade. And it inherits from resource. Okay, tower upgrade. So let's give it a save. So this is gonna be something we extend a lot. Polymorphically, every upgrade is going to have. Maybe we can keep it pretty clean. Maybe we don't need. Maybe it doesn't need to be polymorphic. So an upgrade has, I think, a few components. So one thing is, let's see, numerical changes. So this is stuff like damage, attack speed, damage and attack speed. This is, you know, plus or minus or multiplicative. It really depends on what you're doing. The other thing it does is confers ability. So this is probably what would need to be the visitor pattern. So we would need probably a sub-resource that one would be extensible or abstract, and that would have functions to fit into specific scenarios, like when it's attacking or what have you. So we have an ability class resource. Is there a third thing? I don't think so. At least not that it's coming to mind right now. So I have it. So tower modifier. Really should have spent some time familiarizing myself before I started streaming. An array of tower mods. I think this needs to be redone. Delete this. Okay. Let's see. Register tower. Tower data. So let's get rid of this. Okay. So I think we do modifiers as part of this. And I think because there's only like 3 or so scenarios that I can reasonably think of. I guess 4 projectile speed. I don't know if I want to get into that though. I probably do. Yeah. Because this might apply to something that's like inaccurate and slow. So realistically, we could just have values hard coded. Actually, no. Tower mod. Let's see. Tower mod. So this would be So oh man, I'm rusty. How do you declare enums again? Let's see. Oh, it's like this. Okay. So enum type mod modifier type, and these would be damage, attack speed, range, projectile speed. We'd have another enum, and this would be how do I want to put this? I want an undefined type here. I found that these are useful to have. What would be a good name for this? This is gonna be your additive or multiplicative. Let's change this to stat type. This will be modifier type. And then let's see, public or sport or stat type rules undefined. Okay, and then stat type, let's see, modifier type. Get it undefined here too, just for posterity. Okay. We got our stat type, modifier type. I guess we probably want to do the logic for actually applying these changes in another class. But I think this is good for now. Like, this is probably gonna be done in tower data. Yeah. So we're gonna have let's see. Small damage all hand. Yeah, this is some good royalty-free synthwave. This is kind of like studying, because the end goal would be to have some synthwave OST going on. Okay. Alright, let's get rid of... That's all fine. Bar, tower modifiers. Okay. Let's see. Before mod in our modifiers. Probably throw a dictionary in here. Maybe in here. So no. Be in data. And find a const tower to modifier value. This is kind of how I do my dictionary naming. This is tower mod dot that type. Whoa. Smoking weed. How do you make this static? Right. This will be string. closing. Oh. I guess you can't specify types. Okay. So on the left side, we're gonna have our modifier. So we're gonna have tower mod dot stat type dot damage. And on this side, we're gonna have the thing it modifies. So it's gonna be damage. Nice. No, it'll be. Hmm. I think I want to do it like this. I think I'm gonna redo this as the hand and card multipliers being standardized like this. So let's just get rid of these functions for now. So stat type damage, base damage. Attack speed, attack speed, bar range. Let's see. Everyone having a good day? The day's going alright. Didn't sleep super well, but ended up taking a mid-morning nap, feeling a lot better. Okay. So I guess so I've never really thought about this. When you do your math of additive versus multiplicative, I imagine you do your additive math first, and then your multiplicative. So, so we're gonna go through all the modifiers, and we're gonna say if mod dot modifier type equal let's see, tower mod modifier type dot additive. If that. We're gonna do plus equals mod dot let's see. Need a value here. It's gonna be in a float, I guess. Say 0 the base. Yeah, this is sparrow base damage from static variable initializer. So we're gonna do base for all of these. And we're gonna make these strings. Like this. Damage, attack speed. So think we want... So I think we want our base number for each, and then a multiplier number. And then when the tower when you update the tower's values, you multiply the two together. So base values. I mean, realistically, we're not going to use this for every type, but we're probably not going to be multiplying range, but, you know. Better to have it there if I need it than not, you know. Let's see, attack speed. 2 and 0. I'm all over the place. Let's see. Yeah, 5 is fine, probably. And then we're gonna have another one that's multiplier values. These are all gonna start at 0. So if we're additive, we're modifying the base values. So we're gonna go base values, stat type, plus equals mod.value. We do elif mod.modifier type equals tower mod.modifier type dot multiplicative. We'll do multiplier values. So we do all that. And then we want get stats. go for mod. Let's see. Man. Gotta plug in my headset. Battery's low. Hello? Oh, that's weird. When I plug in my headset, OBS doesn't pick up my mic. Very strange. Well, I guess. Alright. I don't need the music, so. I'm going to charge my headset, and you guys can listen to the music, but I'll be just chilling.
Power off.
Okay. Get stats. Alright. So we're going to go for. For mod in fire dot keys. For mod and modifier dot keys. We're gonna. This is gonna return a dictionary similar in format to the ones we just made. So we're gonna make a return. Say return dict equals that. Is the music good? I hope the music's good. I hope my audio isn't doubling, because that would suck. Anyone? Let's see. Doubling. See. Hello? The music. Did I cut off the music? This sucks. I am not good at audio crap. If I ever make it big into streaming, I'll invest in a wired headset, I think. Because this is a nightmare already. Okay, I'm just gonna keep working until my headset recharges, and I'm just gonna hope it's not horrible. If it is, I'll figure it out for next time. Or I'll make sure my headset's charged enough to last for a 5-hour stream. Okay. Dude, how does streamers stream without chat? I mean, I have chat, but there's no one watching. So, damn, that sucks. There's no one to tell you when your audio's fucked up. It's like a big problem. Okay. So, you know, I think I might have fixed it, actually. I'm just going off the bars, so we'll see. Alright, 4 modifier keys. Power modifiers. Let's see. We're gonna return dict. We do this programmatically, the least stupid way. Damage. We're gonna do modifier value mod equals. This will be base values mod times multiplier values mod or 1. Does that do what I want? I guess we can do bitwise over. Let's just make it more explicit. Easier to read. I always veer on that side when, actually we can do a ternary. This. So if it's non-zero, it'll be this. If not, it'll be 1. Oh. It's like Python ternary, okay. Or 1. Or else 1. Whoops. So yeah, so if our multiplier is 0, it means we haven't modified it anyway. So we just multiply by 1. But if it is a non-zero number, we use that. That's what this does. And then return dict. So this will effectively give us everything we need to do the math values. So we have our base values. Let's do a test. So tower modifiers. And we'll do let's make a constructor for tower mod. I am rusty on this crap, man. So do set type modifier CP modifier type and p value. Let's set float and then just set type. Okay. Oh, let's consult our chart. It will simulate, I don't know, show you guys the actual numbers on this. Actually, we can just look in here. So, if we want a 2-pair ace high, we want multiplicative 125 and 112. So damage. Type dot multiplicative. And so 2-pair ace high is 1.68. Have to learn this shit, man. I'm really bad at this OBS stuff. You have to go with me. So 1.68. Damage multiplicative blah. Why it don't work? Doesn't have an opening counterpart. Oh, could get rid of that. Cool. So we do that, and then let's do another one. Let's do append. We'll do attack speed. Then we'll do additive. Okay, tower mod. And we'll do 1.0. And we'll do console. Let's see, log. Print. That's what it is. Print. Get stats. Do the towers have stats already assigned to them? Tower data already? They do. Is this instantiated in any way? Or initialized? We'll just do tower data dot new. We don't need this anymore. Actually, no, we'll leave that for now. Just do a placeholder in tower. Clicker. And card rank. Where is it? Hand rank, then card rank. So get rid of this. Modifier, modifier type. Oh. More errors. This. No. We actually don't need this in here. For now, at least. So, when I build the tower, we should get a log of the data. And a call method instantiate on null value. So there's no scene for it. Tower base. Okay. Because I was storing the base tower scene in there. I think I'm going to want to do it differently in the future. So we'll just put the scene here. Let's see, assets. Tower.scene. Tower data. D-tower data. Okay. We should be able to make a tower. Printed the get index. Okay, let's air it out because these values don't exist anymore, which is fine. But output get stats. Did I forget parentheses or something? Yeah, I did. Classic. Okay. Now we build a tower. Oh. I'll get index 1. Base dictionary. Which dictionary, though? Oh, we need to do this. Like so. I believe. Multiplier value. values. Okay. So, okay. The modifier value mod. Modifier value mod is damage. Return dict damage equals I'm also going to put this expression part in parentheses so we don't get any weird maths. Not that I expect it to, but just for clarity. Okay. We have damage. So damage attacks. So it didn't work. Why didn't it work? Let's see. Turn dict modifier value mod equals base values modifier value. So turn dict. I need to make this explicit. Not equals 0. So you guys can't see because I'm not going to do the capture for every time I do a debug. I'm just building a tower to see if the values are coming up. They aren't. So something weird is happening. We're getting 102, 305. We should be getting 168, 305. So oh. I see. We have to apply them first. Duh. Okay. Now it should work. Or not. This is the same problem as before. We need to do and the same thing here. There we go. Now we've got the correct numbers. And then it crashes because I'm trying to update from values that don't exist. Okay. So I think the next thing we want to do is update the tower script to pull from those values. So
let's do it. Get rid of this print statement. Let's see, enter tree. The tower manager applies all this crap. Is there a reason I can't do this before? No, okay. So, what am I looking for? Tower. So we have a manager script that handles instantiating the towers and keeping track of them and what tiles they're on. So we're making the tower. We instantiate the scene, give it a position, set its data, add it to the scene, and then register it in the list. Or I guess the yeah, we have a list, and it's based off of vector 2, yeah. Vector 2i. Or it's a dictionary, rather. So I was just moving this to before we add it to the tree. So we won't get a proper order. So we have damage. We have attack speed. These are all just going to be default values. To do projectile speed, and range will be int. Or probably a float, actually. I want to keep damage as whole numbers just so it's the math is less gross, but this can all be floats. Okay. What's my headset doing? Right, 4 out of 5 dots, so we're almost there. Okay. So, when we enter the tree, we're gonna var data equals, or var stats equals tower data dot get stats. And then we can just one-to-one assign these values to our thing. So damage equals stats damage and add it damage. Do that. We'll do range, attack speed, and then the other one, projectile speed. then we can do this. So projectile speed equals this. Damage is this. Let's look at the tower scene real quick. Give myself a refresher on that. Cylinder shape. Height radius. So 4 meters. Okay, and we have to update the timer object. This is what controls the attack rate. We have to update the range. So I think I can. We look at the tower in the 3D view. So this is what 4 meters looks like. So I guess we just make that our base, because it's not super far. We'll see here. I guess you won't. Hang on. Yeah, actually, what I should do is I'm gonna go off this scene for a second. Bear with me. Can I would like to. How do I show one scene while editing another? That's the question. Anyone who's not in chat? Shit. Just don't want to dox myself. It's probably fine. Screen capture. You do this. You do. See. What it looks like. 200. 150. We'll do 170. Give me a sec, guys. 200, 400. Too much. 300. 220. Good enough. Good enough. this should be good enough for now. Okay, so you'll observe the range at which it starts shooting. It's not very far. So I think that's a good base range. Let's go back to the code. Update that. So 3. Or let's make it 4. Okay. Then we need to tower. What are we doing? What am I doing here? I'm freaking out. Okay. So range. Really, we don't even need this anymore. Or this. So this will be var range. This will be a collision shape 3D. And then timer. This will be a timer. This is gonna be range collision shape. We'll change this to range val. Just because the collider's called range, so so range val dot radius. Oh, it needs to be a cylinder shape 3D. That is the actual type. Now we should be able to that radius. Not. Range val dot shape dot Am I smoking weed? What's going on? Let's see. Good-o. Cylinder shape 3D. Float radius. Is it just not coming up for some reason? That should be good. And then we need timer equals timer. And attack speed is going to equal 1 over stats dot attack speed, or timer dot. Let's see. Wait time. Is 1 over stats. So the higher the number, the better then. For attack speed. Theoretically, the tower should attack faster now. If it doesn't crash. That work? Oh. Series on base nil with type of int. Why am I so stumped here? Area 3D. Okay, so I think I need to make a new resource. So it'll be Okay. You guys weren't able to see any of that coding, were you? I need to keep that in mind. Okay. Well, I did some changes. Range collision shape equals range val. So, I made a new cylinder shape that we can control from the code. So now, we should be able to, this should work. Oh. Nope. Is enter tree like a race condition here? Oh, you guys could see it. Okay, that's not too bad then. Okay. So three go. I think I need to move this code to ready. So we're gonna try that. Oh, that works. Okay. Why is the range so big? Oh. Let's see. Build a tower. What's the radius? Why is the radius getting set to 300? Oh. I see. I updated the wrong value. I gotta get rid of these. So I believe everything is working because the attack speed was a lot higher.
that's cool. Yeah. Okay. This is good. So now I need to generate me modifiers. Or I guess the modifier for our damage. So so what we do for this is rank mod equals what do we call this? And constant stuff multipliers. And rank times now we append tower mod dot new stat type dot damage duplicative, where the value is rank mod. So how can we test this? Best way to do that would be to okay, first of all, I want to make some changes to the poker card logic just so I have more charges. We're gonna make these all like 10 testing, and then let's make the enemies I think the enemies have a lot more health, so we're gonna do 1,000. We're gonna make the count like 50. So, well, it does break the UI, so that's fine. It's all placeholder. Okay. So let's do a redeal. We can make this a flush. Hearts. So this is a king high flush, which should do a lot of damage. That's what, like 4 hits?
chart. Let's see. Oop. King high flush. Yeah, so that would have been 4 hits. So that's good. Cool. A little more. So let's make it size 1, just so it's the same wave every time. Let's see. Okay, so a high card will deal like high card would take like 10 hits. So it shouldn't kill any of these. Oh, whoops. You need your visual. There you go. Doesn't have enough range to do more than like 4 or 5 hits to each thing, so. Right now I kind of just have the target selection as random among enemies that are in the area, so it's not very efficient. I'm probably gonna keep it that way though, I think. Because once it picks a target and it shoots it until it leaves the range or is dead. So, I don't know. Stuff to think about. Now we're going to try to get a good hand. Make it stronger and faster and cooler. Okay. Let's do a redeal. It's a straight. That's pretty good. Consult the chart. Oop. See, a jack high straight. 2.45. This will do 245 damage per hit, which would be 5 hits total on its own. The 2 towers together is enough to do some pretty serious damage. What can I talk about while this is running? So we're using an orthographic camera. The way I'm doing the modeling is that all the lines and stuff you can see are actually modeled in Blender as separate materials. That's what gives it that really clean, like wireframe look. I tried doing it with shaders, and it didn't really read great on the screen. Especially, so I tried doing like a pixel wireframe shader, and it didn't read great on the screen. And I think this looks a lot better, and it's easier to tell like what the shape of everything is. Like you can clearly see that this is like a 4-sided tower. That's like very simple geometrically, but before it kind of was hard to process. I think that the silhouettes you get with this is much better, and I like how clean everything looks with the wireframes. Let's do one more. We got an ace. Let's try to get 4 aces. 2 aces. I think something I'll do in the future is make it so these power-ups are once per round. I don't think it'd be very balanced to just like save them up over a long period of time. This +1, +1 this. That was something weird going on with the UI there. Let's see, +1. I think it's good. Yeah, it's like retaining the focus from before or something. So 5 of a kind, which according to our chart, 5 of a kind aces should be 896 damage per hit base. So this should do buku bucks damage. Kill them in 2 hits. Yeah, nice. Not a lot else to talk about. Should just hide this UI element for now because it's does actual nothing. Yeah, it's a killing. Really like the Godot particle effects too. I think just doing like the planes like this looks really cool when you're trying to go for like a digital look. Yeah, cool, good shit. So now that we've done this, we can go back to the upgrades, I think. This should work pretty cleanly for all the basic stat stuff. Mess with it a little more. Like, yeah, let's mess with it a little bit more just to make sure it's all good. So, add a new mod. That is base damage. Additive. We'll make it 100. This should make the base damage of the towers 200 now. So, queen pair. Pull up the chart. 1.37 be 2.75. Let's just do that. So this should be a 4-hit kill. Only hit each one 3 times so far, at most. Yep, 4 hits. Okay. Let's do one more for fun. Do attack speed. We're gonna add 10 to it. See how fast it goes. Hold on. It's a flamethrower. That's sick. Awesome. Absolutely fantastic. And we're still really like not that far into it, but I'm happy with how the performance is too. I mean, it shouldn't be that bad because it's not that many entities, but like technically this map is, you know, each tile is its own entity. Ooh. Let's see. Change suit. Parts. Bing bang boom. There's some weird stuff with like the targeting sometimes. I'm guessing this is because it's uh, shooting before it has a target. That must be it. So let's see if we can't fix that while we're here. That would be, I think, right here. There, yeah, right here. If state machine state machine attack, we need a or. Actually, what we should do is where do we set the target? Current target, current target, current target. Oh, we do that in the attack state. That's right. I did set up state machines for all the basic like building blocks of the game. So we have like a global state. We have every tower has a state machine. Every enemy has a state machine. So units, tower, states, attack state. So basically, all the attacking logic is here instead of that. So what we really want to do here. Am I using the timer? Timer not stop. I think whenever we get to a frame when the target is null, we want to pick a new one and timer dot stop. I don't know. Timer dot start. Look at the timer. So I'd like to just reset it to its correct number. So process callback. Timer not paused. Timer not time left equals. This will be tower dot tower data dot let's see, attack speed 1 over let's see if I can find any documentation. When you stop it, and left. Okay, so actually we can just do this. Just start the timer again, and this should fix the problem. Let's get like a decent hand. I don't know what I'm looking for. Give me some more queens. There we go. Alright. So this is gonna shoot really fast. Hopefully not shoot any extras. And it has like a little bit of a pause in between too, which is nice. Timer delay. Cool. No, you guys can't see it. So bad. You can see it's not firing any extra shots at nothing. Or at 0, 0, which is what this square is. That's great. Absolutely fantastic. Okay. Squash the bug. Feels good, man. Okay. So. So here's, so we can, how to put this? We can implement the mathematical part of tower upgrades now, because it's basically just going to be a list, or an array, because we're in Godot, and Godot doesn't have lists. We're going to have an array of tower mod. Call this modifiers. Defaults. We're going to export this. So we're going to have probably some kind of table like this where we can easily edit things at some point. Not gonna worry about that right now. For var modifiers, array tower mod equals blah blah blah. kind of it, right? And then, yeah, that is kind of it for this part at least. And over here, we can just add, we need to give this a class name. Then get rid of these extra ones. Don't need those right now. So four tower upgrades, or four upgrade and tower upgrades. Tower modifiers dot append array upgrade dot modifiers. So now we can define these upgrades and give them like a list of things that change. So add a note here, numerical changes. We've done more commenting when I wrote this stuff the first time. Okay. Now for the hard part. Hard part being abilities. So what are our use cases for abilities? I think we have like auras, which I think will be pretty common. We have like on hit effect type stuff, like your dots and your slows and your stuns, that kind of shit. Classic tower defense mechanic. Let's see what else. I actually have a list. Armor shred. Another kind of on hit effect. Damage over time. Critical strikes. Yeah, that's probably something we'd implement numerically. Multi-shot. That's also something we could implement numerically. Or, yeah, we wouldn't want to go crazy with that. Chain shot would be a new projectile. Let me screenshot what I'm talking about, so all my viewers at home can see. Oh. you go. So like some of these we can already just do, right? Like rapid fire. Um oh, maybe I need to think about like I do need to think about the math stuff a little bit more because I would like it to be relative towards like the base modifier, if you know what I mean. Like your hand rank and card rank multiplier should be the base. Which I guess we could still just do that, right? We just set base damage. Yeah, in fact, let's do that. Because that way, like, the power is still, like, because if you're just adding, like, 1 to the multiplier, it's not nearly as impressive. If you're, like, turning shit into a machine gun or whatever, like, that kind of stuff. But you can see a lot of these we can already just implement with based on what we did just now. Maybe I don't need to do abilities like that. Maybe I don't need the visitor pattern. Maybe I just need to implement like on hit effects, which would probably be in a case by case basis. Yeah, maybe I should just keep it simple. Auras. Auras kind of fall into 2 types: types that affect towers and types that affect enemies. So this could probably just be implemented as such and then extended from. And that would include game object or objects and stuff. So it would be easier to just attach to the scene. Yeah, the more I think about it, actually, I probably don't want to do like a complex visitor pattern for something so simple. So at least I don't want to right now. I'm not thinking of anything that requires something so complex. So instead, what do I want to do instead? I guess we could do on hits. We could start with like a dot. Yeah. Or maybe I can revise the attacking logic to do multi-shot. Uh, I don't know. What do you think, non-existent chat? You think I should do stuff? Okay. Maybe I cut the stream here. It's a good first attempt. I kind of want to watch it back and see how the audio does. Yeah. I'm going to put some thought into what I want to get done tomorrow. I'm going to tweak with the audio settings and stuff so it's not, make sure the audio is good so the next stream can be better. So, I'll see y'all tomorrow. Peace.